I'm so sorry to hear about that, Jeanette, but I'm very happy that you are getting back into something that you love and can serve as a bit of a distraction. But welcome everyone. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia. If you haven't been here before, I would love you to subscribe and hit the bell for my channel if you enjoy what you see. What you'll find here is real-time videos. I do 2 lives a week, and there are often some uploaded videos as well. I do at least 2 of those a month. Well, should I say I upload a Facebook Live and I do a YouTube Live every week. So it's not quite 2 lives, but it is 2 lives. Yes, and I do definitely 2 uploaded videos a month as well. Now I lost my train of thought. I hope you are all well. Yes, I do my live videos real time, tips and tricks along the way. Lots of friendly chatter in the chat. When everyone rolls on in, make sure you're saying hi. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and that helps new people find us and have a fun time. So today I am jumping off my Facebook Live video from last week, where I used the Golden Greenery stamp set. Hey Suzanne, this is one of the online exclusives that was released in my Stampin' Up! Store this month. And I made a Christmas background and just a greenery background. So this is one part of the Christmas background that we did. Let me see if I can quickly grab the other one. I must have blogged them both together, and they're sitting next to each other, but they are both very similar. A very simply stamped background, and I did the other half with just greenery. Now this is simple at the moment. I am planning on adding a few more layers, so my stamped backgrounds are half a sheet of A4, so I plan on making maybe 2, maybe more cards with this. But first I want to jazz this up a little bit, and I wanted to just add a bit more. At the moment I'm here going, yeah, it's okay, but I want to add more and make some masculine cards. So let me pop this card off to the side, and I can show you our online exclusives as well. I have also grabbed out the die set to see if we need to add anything more to the card. I do have the die set there, and I grabbed out Textured Timber, which is a previously released online exclusive that is we will check if it's still available, but I have grabbed it down. Hello Miss Majine, how are you? So let's flip around, get ourselves situated, and we can see what else we can add to our one sheet wonder. Okay, just let me move my water bottle here because it's right where my stand needs to go, and I will got to wrangle some cords here. There we go, that's all wrangled, and we will need to turn off our overhead light, otherwise we will cast lots of shadows onto what we are doing. I just need to remove my back off my phone case, and that is going to help a lot. Great. Woohoo! We can see what we're doing. That's probably zoomed in way way too much. Sorry, guys. The YouTube zooming is like incredibly sensitive. So let me just go up here a little bit. I think this is good. That's a nice lot of zooming. Just do a bit of a titch this way so we're a bit straighter. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Grab the light. Okay, that takes away all the shadows. We do have a Miss Louisa on the ground, so if you hear her bell, you will know that is just her exiting, but for the moment, she looks very, very settled on the ground. So, let's just move this and let's have a quick look online. No, I did not want the kits, but these are our 2 new kits. So let's go menu, online, exclusives, and this is going to bring up our kits as well, because our kits are only available online. So that's the paper that goes with what we're playing with. Not sure I will grab that out because technically we're making our own paper. I wanted to check textured timber. So let's do a search for timber. Yes, this is textured timber. So that is available, and these are a couple of the projects that Stampin' have made. I did case that card when it very first came out. So if you look up bird's eye view or textured timber on my blog, you will certainly be able to find that, or even here on YouTube, because I know I did do it in a video. So hopefully everyone's all behind me zhuzhing up this stamped one sheet wonder. Right, let me just pop this iPad away. At least we know what we're using is still available. Hey Sharon, how are you? Love that you guys are all coming in and saying hi. I'm going to pop this to the side. I don't think I'm going to use any more stamp out of the Golden Greenery, but that is what we've used so far. So I'm thinking this birch stamp is going to add a nice lot of texture if I use, and I'm thinking of pulling out my basic beige ink pad. Now we have used a base of Very Vanilla here, so I'm just going to open up this scrap piece of paper here. Just saves me doing cleaning on the background. So I'm not actually going to mount this stamp at all. I know you might think I'm crazy, but I don't think I am. Basically, what I want to start with is, let's see how it's stamping. So that's stamping quite nicely, and I just want to come in here and add. So you can see here I'm just adding uneven, which is what I want, texture. So it's adding a something without adding a lot. So I can add different amounts depending on where I am pressing on the stamp. Like that. So you can see already this is just building up some layers. And I think I do need a little bit more just over here. Possibly, look, I could go forever and go on and on and on and on, but I'm going to leave that there. Show it closer. Actually, it's coming up quite well on the video. So we've already got this, and of course I did think we could do with some dottage, and the Inspiring Snapdragons has a really nice stamp of dottage that is actually reminiscent of dottage we have had before. So I'm thinking of possibly just staying in the same colour. For this, I am just going to test it a little bit. And let me see. No, I do want to go probably crumb cake for this. So I've done the basic beige, which gave us the base, and I just want to go up to the next level, which I want to say is my crumb cake, because I want to use browns more than greys. I could also use my grey granite, which casts a little bit on the brown side. So to catch you up, to tell you what colours I have used Garden Green, Old Olive, and Soft Sea Foam. I want to say that's what I've used. I'm not particularly loving the Garden Green and the Old Olive together, but it works enough, and my stamping isn't perfect, and that's okay as well. So just going in different spots, in different directions, just making sure it's not just all open in a space, that there is places of connection to the elements that we already have there. So I'm open to any suggestions of what else you think could be added, or from this layer do I just go, now I'm going to have to restamp that because that was a partial stamp off, or from this do I just go into cutting this up and working out what we're doing from there. I think if there is any more ink left on this, kind of want some just there. Not much went just there. I'm so sorry, Louisa. I just dropped my block on Louisa's sleeping head. I'm sorry, sweet girl. Are you okay? Did you give me the gift of your dog hair on the stamp? Would you believe there is only one piece of dog hair on the stamp? I'm quite surprised, really. Okay. Let's just go right there. And then a bit there. Because it's the whole adage, if in doubt, add more. But I don't think I'm in any doubt anymore. I think that has filled out the area, given us a few more points of interest, which I like. What does everyone think? So that is what I have. And I suppose my next question is, are we making these into masculine cards? So I would love to know what type of cards you think I should be making. Okay, I'll just close up this. So I'll go through the stamps I have used so far. So I just used the dottage from Inspiring Snapdragons. We used the birch texture from Textured Timber. So this one is in the annual catalogue. And Textured Timber is an online exclusive. And I used these ones and these ones to create the foliage in the background. Okay. So I'm always in need of some masculine birthday cards. So I'm thinking that is the direction we might move in. So I'm kind of want to have a look for some sentiments possibly. I'm just going to pop this here. So this happy birthday is good. The birthday wishes I don't think is too feminine. It's not, it's a script font, but it's not too like feminine scrolly. Just having a look through my newer stamp sets. Wishing you the happiest birthday. That's from Happiest Day. Not sure about that one. Tell me what you think. That's a bit scripty. That's a bit scripty. That one doesn't have a birthday. Because there's only so many sets that have birthdays, which is kind of what you want. You want a bit of a mix. We could use Happy Little Things and use Celebrate. Or Wishing You the Best Day Ever. This is more a piecing together kind of stamp set. So that is the other option. You guys are very quiet today. What have I got here? I think they are the options that I think might work best. Possibly, yes. I think that is what we've got to work with. Hold on, Jill, let me just check that. We've got a Oh Happy Day other than that. Birthday blooms for you. No, we're not doing any birthday blooms. We're doing birthday foliage. Or wishing you the brightest birthday. Okay, is everyone still here? Very, very quiet, guys. Now I need to make a decision. You guys are leaving it all up to me today, which is fine. All good. Live chat. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to go with Simply Said, just because it is simple, and that way I can use 2 different birthdays if I so wish. Okay, because I've got so many stamp sets out at the moment. Everything is on a lean. You're okay, miss. You're okay. So I think we're going to use Simply Said, and I've just got to work out how I want to cut this up, because I don't have to do my normal particular. Sorry, I can just see some like dead area over here. That's better. Okay, just adding a few bits to the edges here, because I can just see, just with the ink that's left on here. Yeah, that's better. You agree, birthday wishes, Sharon. Thank you for that. Sorry, I normally have it on this side, so it's going with my brain. So I don't have to use a full card front. I can do something a little bit different and configure the cards differently. How am I going to do that? I'm really not sure at this stage. But let's go for it and see where we go. So I could do a 2.5 inch strip. Okay, so that will be a central strip on a card and the sentiment will come off that way. So here's one card. Because we already had this stamped ready to go, we kind of know where we're going. So how long is this? So that is that. Okay. So if I made a landscape card, I could do like a 1.5 inch strip across the middle of the card. So like that. So I've got a thicker portrait, a thinner landscape, and then with this, could end up with quite a few cards here. So what are we looking at for this now? So we're just looking under, right. Just seeing what I could do here. The good thing is I do have a card here that I can do something with, like do some layout checking with. So I'm not necessarily, I'm kind of mixing my inches and my centimeters, which I often do. Okay, so I've got like 2 1.5 inch strips here, and what I thought I could do is have them as 2 panels on a card. So have them like that and then have the happy birthday at the bottom. So that is card 3. So I've got 3 cards, and this is just me making it up as I go along. Now, would this one work? Now, this has a bit of a bodgy. Now, that would work as just a piece, and then I'm not happy with this one, so I'd put my happy birthday sentiment over here. But that is 4 cards, so we know what we're working with. Now, I'm thinking of doing 4. Now, I could even do that landscape, because that would look really, really nice, because you've got this perfect one here, and then I can cover that one up. So let's go 2 landscape, 2 portrait cards. Okay. I have used soft sea foam in here, and I love soft sea foam. So I'm thinking of just using those for our card bases. Okay, so let's see what we already have here cut, because by the looks of it, I may be in luck that I've got 1, 2 portrait card bases, and I have 1 landscape, and I think, yes, I can cut another one from this piece. Perfect. Oh, maybe I do have another one in here. Yes, I have them already cut. Go us. Great. No cutting card bases. Wow, when does that ever happen? Really? Okay, so I have these we're a step ahead already. So looking at that, the very vanilla looks great. So we can kind of add crumb cake, or I can go a shade darker and stamp in like pecan pie for our sentiment. But I'm just looking at what I might like to mat our pieces on. So I know And I'm pretty sure I have a whole lot of crumb cake scrap that this might actually help me. Oh, I don't have as much crumb cake scrap as what I thought. Oh, how disappointing. Well, not disappointing, but you know what I mean. That is an actual, that's a card base. Yes, that is a card base. This piece is not. So I'm just going to have a color check look. Maybe these are, no, they are definitely wider than card bases, so that's fine. So just let me have a look and see what we think of this, because we've got quite a lot of green already, and this piece is already exactly the right size for what we need. So I'm kind of liking that, because our stamping is so prominent. I just want to accentuate what's already there rather than compete with it. So I'm thinking keeping it to crumb cake is going to work. What do you think? I'm definitely going to use it for this because, hey, I've already got the correct width size there already. So let's go for it. And this was going to be our landscape cut. Now, Louisa has left the craft room. Thank you, Sharon. I may even be super duper bold and just glue and then cut. I know it doesn't always work, but let's just not measure and cut and do all of that. Sometimes we can just do this. Okay. Just going to pop my glue up here just off screen. Oh, I am on my live, sweetheart.
I know, I need help.
What do you need help with?
How do you spell lieutenant?
L-U-I-T. Does that help you?
It's not coming up on our
Oh, how? Oh, lucky I've got my computer here. No.
I'm expanding.
L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T. I was close.
I'm expanding Pee-wee's backstory.
Oh, right. And Cindy's not here to share that backstory with.
Oh.
Oh, there you go, Jane. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jane. Welcome, welcome. Jane spelled out lieutenant for you. I had to, I'm a physical person. I had to type it or write it down. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And you've stuffed my gluing.
It looks nice.
I'm just thinking, is it straight? That's the only
straight enough.
Straight enough. Right. There are measurements of straight. Yes.
I'm gonna go and crawl in a hole.
Okay, you go and crawl in a hole.
Oh.
So that is, I did on purpose cut it a little wider than what we needed to then be able to cut it down. I do just want to take off the skinniest piece.
I couldn't get any mealworms for him. They were all sold out.
You couldn't get any more what?
And I couldn't get any mealworms for him. The magpie.
Oh.
They were all sold out.
Where? At Pet Barn?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was the only thing that was sold out.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm happy with that. So I think keep it simple and let's keep going with all of our pieces here and just do that. So what did we end up making this piece at 2.5? So That's 2.5. I maybe don't want to use the end with the bodgy end. I want to do 2 3/4. I'm left with the little scrap, but that's fine. Actually, will that little scrap be perfect for this? Why, yes, it will. Haha, great. We are using these pieces to their fullest potential. Great. And I'm just going to go a little wider on this piece. We're left with the square. We may use the square. We never know. Never ever know. So we have this piece here. I'm not going to glue that yet. I'm kind of on a roll at the moment with these pieces. So just cut it a little longer so we can get it perfect on the card. So I've also got that little scrap. And then I just need to cut these two and we have our matting done. So keeping it contrasting but simple. So for those of you who are wondering who Pee-wee is, because Lavender was in talking about Pee-wee, Lavender has adopted a magpie, so when she goes outside and has a cup of tea in the morning and her breakfast, there is a little magpie that Lavender's named Pee-wee, and came up in a whole story in Tuesday's video, and now is expanding Pee-wee's backstory. So I think my mats for this one need to be a little bit smaller because these pieces are smaller. So I'm thinking 1 5/8. I'm just going to do this down the bottom, just so 1 1/4 and then 1 more 1/8 across. I'm going to do a check fit on this and see if I like it. Yes, that is that the right height? Is that bothersome? That piece of paper may just be, it may just be a little bit tight. Yep, it is. So I want to cut, we're just going to change the way that we cut it. It only is a piece of scrap. So I now have the correct width this way. There we go. Right on that mark in the middle, which I love. So now I just need to do the height. That is going to be a scrap. Didn't think to check the height the first time. Only 1 piece of paper. We're doing well. Hello, Anita. It has been a while since you have caught me live. Happy to have you here. So what did we say this is? So this is like 4 1/4. So I want to do 4 3/8. We're going to cut one and we're going to see if we're on the money for having this correct. Because as I said, we're just spitballing here. We've just made our own half one sheet, our own half wonder. Or is that actually too little of a mat? I think that works. Let's just go for it. because we've got two of them together, so I don't want the mattes super duper prominent because they're together. So, and then I've got another tiny piece. I've got this piece that can go back. We may use it for sentiments, not sure. Because if we kind of go the colour up, and I will grab at some stage my colour wheel. I don't even know where it is. Aha, yes. So I've kind of gone from, this doesn't have neutrals on it. I didn't realise that, but my neutrals are on the back. So I've kind of gone crumb cake, and if we look, our next one up is pecan pie. We've used very vanilla. We skipped pebble path, which I think was smart because it's quite dark, but we go crumb cake and then we go pecan pie. So they kind of work well, and our colours from in our pieces, I did go soft sea foam, and then I skipped these two and went old olive. So they went really well together, and then I went old olive, skipped mossy meadow, and went garden green. That's the combo I'm least happy about, but in the whole scheme of things, it still works. Take a sniff. I could have done that as well, Jane, but you're a bit too late in telling me. That would have been the smart thing to do, but well. So let's adhere all of our mattes. So, okay. This will probably be our normal hour and a half around that mark, but we have just zhuzhed up our one sheet wonder, and I didn't actually take a photo of it. But that's okay. That's the one thing I always forget, to take a photo of it before I start cutting it up. But I can just reference the video and say, if you want to see it, I showed it in all its glory in the video. Okay, I think that's as good as that's going to get. Simply, the sentiment set is still waiting there. We are definitely going to use it. As I said, I think I'll use a mix of this both birthday sentiments. The thinking of you would work really well as well. Just got a lot of slip on this one because I added more glue on this one than the other one, but that one works. So I'm not going to, do I marry them up? That's the question. Do I marry these two up, or do I have them like askew so they don't match up? I don't know. Not sure with that one, but that's that one done. That's this one done. Now I just need to get the other two done. So for those who have popped in late, I did have this stamp piece that I had all the foliage stamped, and then I added in 2 additional stamp sets. So I added the textured timber, and I also added in the dotage, which is from Inspiring Snapdragons. Now these pieces I have purposely made a smidge longer, and I'm actually going to move it the other way because cutting off this end is actually just easier if I need to cut off some of the vanilla as well. So that is one strip. So this one is going to be a landscape strip. 2 portrait, 2 landscape cards today. And glue on this. All my dots. Gives us a nice bit of slippage without using a whole lot of glue. Mind you, because I'm crafting so much, I do use a lot of glue anyway, but yeah. Okay, and that one's done. So what I think I want to do now I could add some embossing to these backgrounds. That could look nice. I'm particularly thinking of this one, because this one probably has the least amount of the design, and maybe having an embossed background may look great on that one. I'm thinking just folding and planning kind of as we go, because they're all not going to be the same, because that's just boring, and I've kind of planned them not to be the same. So this one, I love this one because it's perfect. So I'm kind of thinking the sentiment over here, and I think anything in the background of this one is just kind of not going to work. So we're just going to put the sentiment here, keep this one all beautiful and perfect, and go from there. Why am I not live? Okay. Now, on to, there are two landscape ones. Our two portrait ones. Don't think I need my colour wheel anymore, so that can go back out of the way. Just give this a really good burnish. That makes it so the card sits more closed. It's not just when it's lying down, it's also when it's sitting on someone's mantle, it just doesn't collapse out. So this is on glass, so it's quite slippery, and the card's not collapsing down, which is not the aim of the game. Okay, so this one is going this way, which I could offset it, because offset always looks a little nicer. And I'm thinking like sentiment here. And then this last one, I am going to brave it and try and stamp the sentiment. This very dainty happy birthday sentiment directly to the card. And if we stuff it up, I can then just stick a piece of paper over the top. So put this one like so, with the sentiment underneath. And I do also have the option to use linen thread, because we're using the crumb cake. Okay, so let's grab out our embossing folder options. I've just grabbed out all the embossing folders I own. So I've got the big circle one, we've got the eyelets, I've got the crosshatch, I've got the tile. I think that's a little busy, as is the polka dot. These flowers are a little busy. The painted texture and the timber. I didn't mean for those to be last, but I think those are our two options. You okay, David? Sorry, he's just coughing up a lung while we're here. So I think these are our two options. I think you can see them really well here on my glass mat. So I can show you a little closer. Painted texture, timber. And they are both 3D embossing folders. Okay. Just, you know, doing a bit of a try before you buy. I think both will look good. I think the timber kind of goes in better because you've already got those linear looks. I think the timber wins today. Okay, so that means I can just pop this over here, bring in my large Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, and what plates do I need? I need plate 1 and plate 4 for 3D embossing, and I shall show you how I worked that out. So we have our base plate, and it says using with 3D embossing folders, plate 1, plate 4. Simple as that. So plate 1 down, making our sandwich. I'm going to break my own rule here. Normally I put in the fold of the embossing folder first, but today we're going to put fold in sideways because I do want our timber to go sideways. So let me line that up as best as I can. Sorry, I'm just looking at it very, very closely here. So that lines up perfectly on the plate. Then I put plate 4 over the top and we run it through. Whoop. Okay, and we have everything crossed, but that did exactly what I wanted it to do. That is perfect. Okay, plates away. I don't know if we will use this machine again. I would like to keep it simple with punches and not use machines, but that's okay. So what I do want to do is just lightly go over that edge just to make sure the card closes. So glue, which is here, we can bring it back in. Actually keeping things nice and organized today. I'm not quite sure who I am, but we are definitely keeping things organized. Okay, happy to pop this just about there. So I just want it to, whoa, that is not what I wanted. I was hoping it had taken enough. Okay, that looks better. So I think this is just going to need a block, just because it's getting glued onto texture. So that's fine. Bring in our next one. And just doing everything in stages because we're technically mass producing. Just want everything to go down, and then we'll do all our stamping, add our sentiments, and then find if we need any whoa, oh thank God that dropped on the mat. I will have glue on my mat, but that's That's okay. We can deal with glue on the mat. I don't necessarily want glue in the wrong spot on my project. So what I think I will do is just grab, no, envelope is not going to do it. Just going to grab a piece of paper and stick it there. So we don't necessarily get more than what we want all over the place. Okay. No, I'm not happy with where that is. So I had only just placed it down. I just want to bring that over some more. Yeah, I think that's better. Better, much better. And then when I pop this one here, that isn't, oh yeah, that's fine. When I pop that one there, there's more connection in the middle. So what I can do with this side is put the glue on directly on here. I was a bit scared to do it with the other side, but I can definitely do that here. Okay, so pretty sure just a little titch over, and I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, very, very happy. Room for our sentiment at the bottom. Let me just see if I can. Oh dear. Why didn't I think that was going to happen? Oh my God, I'm so very silly, but just going to use some of our hand sanitizer. Here's me up there for thinking. Apparently not. Hand sanitizer and my cloth. Okay. Apparently. Yes, darling. What can I do for you?
I'm here for your card review.
I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet?
No.
Oh.
This is where I'm at so far, and I've got 2 more to go and sentiments.
So you didn't decide to do a whole thing?
No.
You decided to cut it down?
I did decide, and I got 4 cards instead of 2.
Ooh.
So I doubled what I got by just doing a normal card front. So that has now stuck.
Well, they look very nice.
Thank you. These are the ones I was stamping last Tuesday.
Ooh, that paper looks really cool.
I just embossed it.
You embossed it.
I did emboss it. Oh. Well, with the machine, but
well,
yes.
Okay. I don't think you hand embossed it. That'd be a bit too much time. That
would be too much time, and I really don't think my hands would do very well with that. Okay, so we've done those 2. Now let's bring on.
This is the thing.
That's the embossing folder. Yes. You think my children would know what I do?
I do know what you do.
But you forget I have fun tools like embossing folders.
I know, but this is so cool.
I know it's so cool.
Like, because normally it's like a little raised lettering. It's not like a whole pattern.
Hey, Lav, do you want to grab the pile and have a look at all the ones I've got and be super duper amazed?
I'm gonna ignore that and pretend that I.
Your amazement cracks me up. Okay.
I see no pile of cards. I'm leaving. Keep up the good work, Mum.
Thanks, mate. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just going to let that one set before I cut off the extra, and this one, and I just have like a little fruit fly or something. It's winter, but I have a little insect buzzing around, which is really quite annoying me. Okay, that one's nice and easy. That one's centered. Okay, so I need to work out what's going with birthday wishes and what's going with the happy birthday. So this is definitely the straight happy birthday at the bottom. Now that that one has done that, I'll just take my little smidge off the top, but I do prefer to cut a smidge than to have things just that smidge short. Haha. Okay, right, there's that one done. I'm ignoring the paper that's actually currently stuck to my desk. Okay, so this one I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want on this one. Only one of them may get the happy birthday, but this one I would definitely have to put on a label or something because of the embossed background, but I do really like the embossed background. Okay, so going to take the happy birthday. I think I'm definitely going to go with the pecan pie. So I'm going to use my tip from Tuesday. Now, if you own a glass mat, which they are currently available to all customers and demonstrators, if I put this here, I purposely just put that in like a bit of an arc. So if I pick that up, I'm going to be picking it up in that arc. But if I put this on a piece of paper, it gives it time to settle back into the shape it was designed to go in. So then when I pick it up, I am going to be picking it up straight. You can use your grid paper, that's fine, but I do recommend just putting it on a piece of paper so then you're not picking it up in a way that is not going to be straight. No, I've asked. I actually had that conversation, Marilyn, this week, and Lav went, no. So, yeah, that was a hard and firm no from Lavender. Okay, really loving the look of this pecan pie. Now we're just hoping we got this straight. We did! Yay! Loving that. This is definitely going to need some, I could have put it a little further down, but that's okay. We're definitely going to need some bling or embellishment on this one, but I'm really happy with that. Yay! Okay, so pop that one to the side. I now need to grab my birthday wishes. Birthday wishes staring me right in the face there. And grab my larger block. See, popping this straight on doesn't matter as much because it is already in that, it's already not in a straight line. Okay. Yeah. I didn't test it out first. That was a problem. Yeah, that's better. for some reason the bee doesn't want to stamp, and quite possibly could be a me thing, but anyway. So I'm going to grab the Label with Love. I could also use the Modern Oval, I think it is. Let me see if this will work. If not, I will grab that other piece we were using. Fingers out of the way. That was the perfect use of that scrap. So pretty good use. I don't think I'm going to be able to use any of the other pieces of scrap, but I can't, maybe I don't love that there. I love it kind of more in the middle, but because we're using the same color, do I necessarily love it like that? I'm not sure. I'm just wondering what color I could use instead of that. I'm just not loving the crumb cake because we've already used it. Unless I go to the basic beige, because we have actually used that in the stamping. Look, I could give it a go and see if we like it. That is the only way to find out. And if I don't like it, these pieces are just going to go in my use it up box, and that is fine. I just got ink on my pinky. Okay, so I can go there, leave it there for the ink to transfer. Perfect. Bring in this punch, although I am going to go with our other one just for a different look. I'm thinking this look won't be competing with the background just as much. So this is a test of color and punches. Might as well do both at the same time, hey? Okay, so not convinced on the crumb cake. Let's try. Not convinced on the basic beige as well, even though it is a color in the background. Or is it the pecan pie that I'm not loving, and maybe I should be using like Old Olive? I would love your opinions, please. I know there are lots of you there. I can see you lurking. The struggle is real. So much so, the pecan pie is getting closed. Because I'm thinking, actually, this is the experiment. It's like the final hurdle experiment. But anyway. Okay. I'm not convinced on what I'm punching with either. So there may be one more. Oh, I do need to give this a really good clean now. Okay, so I just use a microfiber cloth to take off the excess ink. And then I find it keeps my chamois cleaner for longer, if that makes sense. Okay, so these all cleaned with my chamois, and I will just show you here that that is actually clean. that easily, it's clean. So, Old Olive on our soft seafoam. And I'm going to go here. We're going to try a different shape. That looks really nice. Like color-wise together, looks great. So, I'm going to bring in a circle punch. I don't know if it's actually going to be too big or not. 2-inch. That is actually pretty right on. Okay. Does that look better? I think the circle works better. I think these ones get lost because we've got so many organic shapes. And I'm liking the colour on that because we're pulling in the base and we're pulling in colours out of the Stampin. Or I can go back to the pecan pie on this colour and just see how that looks. And I can go straight into the pecan pie here. I'm not too worried about massive contamination. There we go. And that colour has come out exactly correct. But going the other way just was never, ever going to work. Or, do you know what I just thought? If I use this with crumb cake, that might be the winner. Because I think I'm introducing, no, it's the colour. So I'm going to try the crumb cake on this, and I think that might just be the winning combination. Although it looked really, the pecan pie looked great on this one because it's so fine. I'm just thinking the thicker lines just aren't gelling quite as well. Okay. And I know I've got 3 ink pads open at the moment. I'm tempting fate. But anyway, let's just keep going and see how we end up. I think that's the winner. I'm not particularly happy with that Stampin. That was not even. The pressure wasn't even on the stamp. That isn't even either. It may be the inking, it may be me, who knows. But, well, wrong punch. Definitely thinking though, this is our winning combination and the ink isn't even dry yet. Okay, so yes, that looks much better. Looks so much nicer. It's just the placement of this circle is a little problematic to where that whole piece is. It was problematic with the other one. No, I want the crumb cake. I don't want the pecan pie. And I don't want Old Olive. Okay. Think we are on the right track now, everyone. So let's just pop these pieces off to the side, and I've got that one. So I've got 2 done. I've just got 2 to go. So I am going to use this as a tester. So as we can see here, this ain't going to work as well. But what I can do is maybe just go very vanilla and then ink the edge. Gonna have to have some trust here. Where's the stamp? Where's the stamp? Just here. So that's not going to work so well on that one. But that's okay. And I know I haven't got it the right way, but the circle principle is all the same. Just right, lovely. Punch, circle punch. And then I am going to roll this in the ink to give it a border on the outside. It's not wanting to stay on the back of my hand like it normally does. So it gives it a border on the outside. Okay. So let's have a look here. I'm thinking it may just also need our... Sorry, I'm just grabbing a punch and our crumb cake, and it may just need a border. Because every card is just going to be a little bit different. That looks fairly good. Quite happy with that. Just sorry here. Okay. Happy with the border with that. Now this one here, we've got a couple of options. So I've got this one, or I've got this one that we just made that we can repeat. Or no, the vanilla does look heaps better on this one anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to do the same again. So let's just get this all ready. Doesn't want to come out. How rude. There we go. Okay, circle punch there. And I need another sentiment. Going in the correct colour. Going in with our 2-inch circle. Oh my, totally stuffed that one up. That's okay. That's what I get for stamping on the bizarre angle. There we go. There's always another side to a piece of paper. Okay, great. That piece is done. I think I'm just going to roll this again because I did like that look. And the harder you push, the more of a border that you get. So if you like go on a bit of an angle or put 2 coats on as I'm kind of doing now, you do get a slightly different look. Okay, close this up. Do have an idea for embellishments. I've got pecan pie embellishments, but they do probably lean a little bit more towards being crumb cake, so they kind of sit in between. So I think those will look really, really great. So let's lay these up and we can pop them on dimensionals. Take it off the card base. Tempting fate here today. I've already got adhesive on my glass mat, which I didn't particularly want. Where is my other piece? Or do I need 3 pieces? I haven't got a replay function here. Huh. Oh, was I using that one there? No? Yes? I can't remember what I was using. I've lost my train of thought of what I was using there. Was I using that? Can't remember. Or have I totally just lost a piece? I don't know what's happened. Not sure. Yeah, I'm just going to try something though. Okay, so crumb cake on crumb cake. I love how it's not ghosted. It is a proper colour on colour. I was using soft sea foam, but I'm questioning it now, Marilyn. I'm just going to try this. 2-inch circle punch. Actually, I'm going on this card. No. I've got that card. That card is done. This card is using, it's because it's upside down. It's all good. I think I'm going to give that an edge and go with that. I think the green was a little too wishy-washy. Or if I give this a lip, it does lend itself not to be... I think I'm going to have to do a whole nother layer. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All close enough. Are these the way I thought they were going to turn out? No. But that's okay. Hey, Jan, how are you? You on the treadmill, Jan, watching us today? Or are you sitting, chilling with Fred? Okay. Dimensionals. We do not have a whole lot left. But we're just going to use what we've got. Use the edges. We've done quite well so far using the edges on these. We're definitely going to need 3 per circle. I never like using just 2, because then either the top or the bottom tips down, and I never think that is visually pleasing. So Jan, I have cut up a half one sheet wonder here and made 4 cuts. So I already had part of the one sheet wonder already done, and I just zhuzhed it with some background pieces. So that is that one done, well, without the embellishing. And then I'm going to do this one. Just trying to, I think I like it on there, but I don't like how much it covers up, but I think I have to live with it. I think you can all see my dilemma there, but I do like it evenly sitting on that strip. So I've used the Timber 3D embossing folder for to emboss this card front. Thank you. Oh, a day of shopping. Was it craft shopping, or was it food shopping, or just fun shopping? Because there are so many different types of shopping. Some of them are just a drag, but of course some are not. Okay, happy with that. Do I want to go a bit more this way? Quite possibly, because I say I'm happy and then I change my mind. Yes, that's better. I do want to see, seeing a leaf here then correlates to this one here, but seeing more of this, that works. So that's 3 done. And this is probably my most troublesome one. And I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but it's because I really stuffed up my stamping here. So I really do want to cover it, but these are going to make fine birthday cards. And the people I give them to are going to know. How did I have enough there? I will never ever know. Sewing shopping, oh my word. That is fun for you. Not that I'm a sewer, but I can only imagine how much fun you had. Did you blow the bank balance, or were you restrained? Okay. So I do want to show some of this and some of these. So I'm thinking there is a very nice spot. Okay, so embellishment wise, I know what I want. I've just got to find them, and I can't think that I've actually seen them recently. I know I've got them, but they're never the ones I'm looking for. No, 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 no. Here they are. They're pecan pie, petal pink and white, and the white just has a bit of a pecan pie stripe on it. These are called swirled dots. So hopefully you can see the detail in that. All spent way too much, oh dear. Hopefully Fred still loves you and everything's okay. Because the white looks maybe a little cream. Look, we're just going to do a test. That doesn't look too bad at all. Kind of, that's in a really awkward spot. There we go. So that's that one. So I like the lighter on the birthday wishes. Well, today you really did. Okay, so I'm thinking of going like pecan pie here. So I think it works. Just want to draw the eye to, see, that's such a great nook in there. Just need to get a titch closer and pick this up. That's better, much nicer. My rules of threes are still going strong. So, quite like that. I don't know which is my favorite though. So this one, I'm just going to put one on each end as like a bookmark for the sentiment. Because this is the one that pretty much came together the easiest. So, hey Anne, how are you? These, and we had no scrap from the stamped one sheet wonder. I do have the link for where I made the first part of the one sheet wonder in the description box. So you can see how that all came together there. I think I'm just going to do something a little bit different here and just use the lighter ones on here. Just see how that looks. Even though they say they're white, they actually go really well with the very vanilla, which I've used here. Okay, we've used all of the swirl dot. Well, we didn't use the other one. Hello, Miss Cindy. Thank you. Well, you were here when I was, or partially when I was doing this one sheet wonder last week. So that is one of my portrait cards. That is the other. Then we made two landscape cards. So this is my golden greenery one sheet wonder. Use the Timber 3D embossing folder. Have got my sentiments from the Simply Said sentiment set. So this is golden greenery, where I got our greenery from. And then today I have added in the birch stamp from Textured Timber. So these two are online exclusives, and I have grabbed in the dottage from Inspiring Snapdragons, and then I created my own cutting guide, and I got these 4 cards, and of course I've used the swirl dots. So hopefully those of you that have come in a little later, on the live feel inspired to go back and watch my video from the start. But these are the cards I have made. Oh, that's lovely. Cindy's giving away all of her beautiful DSP cards. She loves working with her retired DSP. Clothes, quilts, bags, and everything else. Yes, there is a lot that you do, Jan. You just love sewing. So thank you so very much for joining me today, and I will catch you next Tuesday. I do have a very busy weekend, show Saturday night, class Sunday, and hoping to put in some extra crafting in there as well. Just maybe, but there's always stuff to do on my to-do list. So I hope you are all well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask below. I also have the link to my shop and to the video creating my original stamped one sheet wonder. So I will catch you next time. Thank you guys. Bye.